It's your boy Clocking Curtis back again with another quick video, and the Vinicius Jr saga continues, and it's an interesting one. We've got multiple camps, multiple stories out there in social media and in the media saying that Real Madrid wants to keep the player, Vinicius Jr himself wants to stay at the club, and it all comes down to a variety of different factors. We know for over a year now that Vinicius Jr and Real Madrid have failed to come to an agreement over a contract renewal. And it's interesting because we know the player has only 1 year left on his deal, and obviously there's a discrepancy around the image rights. We know currently that Real Madrid hold 50% of his image rights and Vinicius Jr holds 50% of his image rights. And obviously it comes down to the revenue generated from endorsement deals. We know the player themselves is on around 480,000 euros a week, which is about £410,000. So we know the player wants to negotiate a decent sign-on bonus as well as an increase in wages. Then obviously we have Arsenal showing interest with it said to be that all levels of the club at Arsenal are in agreement to kind of sanction this potential move for this player. And also we know the wage demand for this player would be probably around similar £400,000 plus. Effectively we'd be making the player the highest paid player in the team. But as it is quite common in Premier League, we have the ability to give the player 100% image rights, which effectively would increase the revenue that they make through obviously endorsement deals, sponsorship, etc. And effectively, we'd be making the player the main man at Arsenal. You know, in terms of one of the prolific members of the team, one of the prolific members of the attack, etc. And, you know, this would help increase the kind of star's global status. So we play in the Premier League and the Champions League also would be quite attractive. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with this one, whether it's a case of Real Madrid and Vinicius Jr come to some sort of agreement or compromise over wages and the image rights, or if Arsenal actually go in for the player and actually make a sizable offer for the player directly to Real Madrid in terms of buying the player and also in terms of the player's personal terms, wages, image rights, etc. We know that the player only has 1 year left on their deal, and obviously transfer market values the player 140 million euros. Me personally, 1 year left on the deal, it's a lot of money to spend, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal go in with a £120 million bid. We have to wait and see what happens with this one. Guys, remember to like, share and subscribe. Clock and Curtis signing out. Let's go.